You guys just can't get enough of old school Yu-Gi-Oh, can you? Well, through some massive personal sacrifices, I've ordered a box of Pharaoh Servant to open with you guys all together. What's up, guys? Bussy in here, coming at you with a Pharaoh's Servant 25th anniversary booster box opening, and it is an absolute pleasure to do this with you, ladies and gents. What to expect from this one? Well, loads of goodies. Guess who that is? Well, that is Gearfried the Iron Knight. I absolutely love Gearfried. Looking forward to crack this bad boy. 1000 eyes restrict. Neat. Um, let's just get into this. Let's just rip this open and have some fun with it. So we've cracked open Metal Raiders recently. We've cracked open an Invasion of Chaos. Today we're looking at Pharaoh's Servant. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to open anything else from the 25th anniversary boxes. And we'll see what we can do about it. Okay, here we go. Pharaoh's Servant 25th anniversary. This is another nostalgia ride that we so desperately need. Ah, talking about printing money, eh? Look at this. Just beautiful. Okay, we're gonna do what we did last time. Uh, Starting with the left hand side, by the way, if it's of interest to anybody, and we're just gonna be ripping these like there's no tomorrow. Okay, starting with our very first one. What we got here? We need to figure out where the rare is. I think it might be in the middle again. Yes, it is the fourth one. So, no, we've seen it, but we're still going to start here. So we've got Solemn Wishes. It's actually a pretty decent card, and I love the art on that as well. Armored Glass. Immediately more trap cards than we've hit in Metal Raiders. Insect Imitation. Okay. The All-Seeing White Tiger. Darkfire Soldier number 2. It's a 1700 Pyro. That's actually pretty good. Oni Tank T34. Invitation to a Dark Sleep. God, the amount of times I've played against this card in the old school Yugi computer game stuff. I think, what's it? Kaiba. Kaiba plays this all the time. Sky Scout. Why did they have to call it Sky Scout? What was wrong with Harpy's brother? I don't know. Wish it was still called Harpy's brother. And then we have a Skull Invitation as our first rare. Each time a card is sent to the graveyard, inflict 300 damage to its owner for each card sent. Okay, well, we're not exactly starting at a particularly high card rarity. We have a rare Skull Invitation. That's what we have. Moving on to the second pack here. Swiftly moving on to the second pack here. Second pack does not want to give. Do you guys think we're gonna hit a secret rare? We've hit a secret rare in both Invasion of Chaos, and we hit a secret rare in Metal Raiders as well. Maybe we're gonna hit one in this one as well. That would be 3 out of 3. That would be a delight. Okay, starting with Inspection. Again, really cool art. You know, they kind of settled on a pretty good art direction in Pharaoh's Servant. I like that. Attack and Receive. I remember when I was a kid, opened like 5, 6 boosters of Pharaoh Servant, and I got 2 attack and receive, and I was like, I need the third one, and I could never get it. So this is my third attack and receive. This is a 20-year mission, finally coming to fruition, having my third copy of attack and receive. Burning Land destroys all the field spell cards, and the turn player takes 500 damage. It's actually pretty good for a burn deck. Surprise, Burning Land. Good for a burn deck. Enchanted Javelin. This unfortunately had to be cut from our Pegasus 40 card deck, but here we are, we see it again. Gift of the Mystical Elf. Okay. Mystic Probe. Skull Mariner. Gust. And a Mad Sword Beast. So I remember having this Mad Sword Beast as well. I opened it as a kid, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I just didn't really have enough to work with Earth and Dinosaur, but I loved the first card that could do piercing damage. It was so exciting. Of course, back then it wasn't called piercing damage. They gave it a keyword. Right, counting back from the back, we start with Steel Ogre Grotto number 2. It is terrible. The Regulation of Tribe. Deep Sea Warrior. I thought it was 1600, 1800. I was hoping it's a 4-star warrior. It's a 5-star warrior. You're never going to play it. Drill Bug. Overdrive. 7 completed. Just recently, the Gold Format YouTube channel did a 7 completed. I think it was a 7,000 subscriber special. So check that out. That was really cool. 7 completed. Metal Detector. Island Turtle. And Appropriate. Activate only when your opponent draws a card outside of either draw phase, like Pot of Greed. After that, each time your opponent draws a card outside of either draw phase, immediately draw 2 cards. So, your opponent gets their Pot of Greed, you get your Appropriate. Isn't that fun? Okay, here we go. Next pack. 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got a super here in the form of a beautiful limiter removal. That is worthwhile a closer inspection as well. So it's a quick spell card, double the attack of all machine monsters you currently control until the end of this turn. During the end phase of this turn, destroy those monsters. This is a finisher though, like, you know, you either win this game or you fold if your limiter removal doesn't go through. Our first super, fantastic. Let's move this here. Then we got Armored Glass, World Suppression, Earth Shaker, another Sky Scout. Let's call it Harpies, brother. The Eye of Truth. I always love the art on this very Millennium Eye. Well, it's the Millennium Eye, really, isn't it? And moving on, Cold Wave. What a classic, Cold Wave. This card can only be activated at the start of main phase 1 until your next turn. You and your opponent cannot play or set any spell or trap cards. So mean. Mystic Probe and a Prohibition. Ooh, Prohibition. Really, this was a good side deck card even when we were sort of in the 5D's Yu-Gi-Oh era, so 2010. I remember side decking this card back in 2010. 2010? 2010. Okay, next one. Next booster. Gosh, didn't tell you guys. This booster box arrived today, and I'm already cracking it open for you guys. Feels so good. Feels amazing. Giving you some nostalgia, giving me some nostalgia. Love these reprint boxes. Here we go. Ground Collapse. Another classic card. I remember having it in my deck, just shutting down some monster zones. Select 2 main monster zones. Back in the days, that's all we had. we didn't have special summon zones. Okay, we have Kisei Tai. Back then, this was too much text to read through. So to the current Yu-Gi-Oh players, back then this was way too much text. It's still too much. I ain't even gonna read through it. Insect Imitation, Burning Land. Too. We can burn a land. We can build a burn deck. Thousand Eyes Idol. Minor Goblin Official. Darkfire Soldier number 2. Darkfire Soldier number 1. Look at that. Alright, they come in pairs. And we got Shift. Shift is good. When your opponent targets exactly one monster you control and no other cards for an attack or with a spell or trap card effect, target another monster you control that would be an appropriate target. That attack, spell, or trap now targets the new target. That's right. Okay, we are on to the next booster. I would really like to see at least one Gearfried, please, if that is possible. Please. Driving Snow. Driving Snow or Driving in Snow. Infinite Dismissal. Dark Bat. Shadow of Eyes. Solomon's Law Book. Another Gift of the Mystical Elf. Flame Champion. The Shallow Grave. Nice. Good card. And, oh my god. Parasite. Ooh, our second super. So I really don't know how, because the previous limiter removal was in the front of the rare, and now Parasite was behind the rare. So I really can't. I Unless I'm checking through the entire booster, guys, I can't guarantee that the super is not gonna go in the front. Shuffle this card face up into your opponent's deck. If you draw this card after it was added to your deck by this effect, special summon it in defense position, and if you do, take 1000 damage. All monsters controlled by the player that summoned this card by its effect becomes insect monsters. Very rude, very evil. And the Shallow Grave, of course, if you don't know what it does, each player targets one monster in their own graveyard. Each player special summons the target from the graveyard in face down defense position. This is the time when they were kind of trying to fix Monster Reborn. When I say fix, just kind of print cards that are not quite as good as Monster Reborn. And then they still ended up like limiting those cards as well because they were still broken with what players came up with. 4. Flying Kamakiri number 2. Spike Bot. Again, if this was a 4-star, it would be great. It's a 5-star, not even worth talking about it. 3-headed Guido. Gamble. Numinous Healer. The Eye of Truth. 4-star Ladybug of Doom. Fantastic card. Jirochi Kuwagata. And we have a Hayabusa Knight. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase, and it's a 3-star as well, so we can neatly go under Gravity Bind, and give it an equip spell, make it like a 2000 attacker, X of Despair for example, fantastic. Hayabusa Knight, and you can fuck some shit up. Earthshaker, Bubonic Vermin. Flip, you can special summon one Bubonic Vermin from your deck in face down defense position, then shuffle your deck. It's actually pretty good. It is, I prefer flying Momonga, but Bubonic Vermin does something very similar. Or, what's it, the Giant Germ, the other one? Souls of the Forgotten, Steel Ogre go to number 2, 7 completed. We need 3 of this. Metal Detector, Sword Hunter, nice. Respect Play. I'm going to read through this Sword Hunter later. Respect Play. And we got a second Master Beast. Nice. It is going to give us a piercing damage deck. Can we get a third one? We don't know. We'll find out. Oh. So we got an Ultra. The legendary Fisherman. I always like this card. If you run this with the Legendary Ocean, this becomes a normal summon, 1850, 1600, and whilst you have Legendary Ocean on the field, which counts as Umi, this card is unaffected by spell effects and cannot be targeted for attacks, but does not prevent your opponent from attacking you directly. I think it's pretty good. It's like covert, and I always love the art. And I love the background story with the guy from Yu-Gi-Oh! That his dad got lost on the sea. It looks exactly like the legendary fisherman. Like, what are the odds of that? So good, so funny. Dokuroyai. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Dokuroyaiba. Wow, that's a mouthful. Major Riot. Solemn Wishes, there you go. Second one, nice card. Dark Fire Soldier number 2. Minor Goblin Official. Of course, we've got Dark Fire Soldier number 1 as well. Type 0 Magic Crusher, I haven't seen this yet. And there you go. Speak of the Devil. Gravity Bind for that Hayabusa Knight. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I love that Legendary Fisherman. It's great. Absolutely great. Absolutely great. I mean, it's rubbish. If you just have Umi in play and you have to tribute for it, then it's awful. It's only good with the Legendary Ocean. Okay, we got our second copy of Kiseitai, Flying Kamakiri number 2, Driving Snow, Bite Shoes. 4-star Lady of Dream, that's really good. A Flame Champion, not good. Invitation to Dark Sleep, okay. 2-headed Fire Dragon, Dimension Hole. Select one monster on your side of the field and remove it from play until your next standby phase. While the monster is removed from play, the monster card zone of the selected monster cannot be used. It's kind of like a blink effect. If you're familiar with that term, Magic the Gathering uses it for like exiling a card and then bringing it back into play immediately. And then you get the enter the battlefield effect again. You can use it to like avoid spells and stuff. Infinite Dismissal, Reign of Mercy, wow. Bombardment Beetle, Three-Headed Gito, Girochin Kubagata, Thousand Eyes Idol, DNA Surgery. This is a very good combo card. And we have a Light Force Sword. Oh. Fucking Jinzo! Yes! 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 A Jinzo! Secret rare. Okay, well we got it. And one of the greatest one of the greatest classic Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Jinzo, right here. Oh wow. That's so cool. Trap cards and their effects on the field cannot be activated. Negate all trap effects on the field. I love Jinzo. Can't believe I pulled it. I mean, that's so cool. It's a secret. So it's EN triple double O, triple double O triple O. So it's the secret rare of the set. And also we have a Life Force Sword. Oh my gosh, didn't realize you guys can't see these. Look, I mean, we should really put Jinzo right here in the middle. Oh wow, this is amazing. Yeah, we got a Life Force Sword as well. Banish one random card from your opponent's hand face down during your opponent's force standby phase after the card's activation. Return that card to their hand, but there's a Jinzo there. Okay, this is the halfway marker here with this booster. We're gonna be tapping into the second side, and wow, what a journey it's been already. So we got another inspection here. Gonna move this Jinzo to the side a little bit so everybody can see it. Inspection, Insect Imitation, World Suppression, Souls of the Forgotten, Cyber Falcon, Oni-Tank T-34, Respect Play, Skull Mariner, Nobleman of Extermination, nice! Wow, I forgot how good Pharaoh Servant was as a set, I really did. Gravity Bind, Jinzo, Nobleman of Extermination, Prohibition, even Life Force Sword is good. It's still like kind of hand control. Limiter removal, fantastic. So this is our second pile that we've taken. Now there you go, the box is now empty. So we're gonna move on to this pile now. But I mean, we've hit a Jinzo. We've hit a Jinzo, guys. I mean, what more can you say? Okay, let's look at Attack and Receive. Nice. Bombardment Beetle, Drill Bug, Flying Kamakiri number 2, Time Seal. Nice little control card there. The Eye of Truth, third one. Cold Wave, second one. Minor Goblin Official, and a Michizure. When a monster is sent from the field to your graveyard, even during the demi-step, target one monster on the field and destroy it. Nice. So I was oohing and awing about that Legendary Fisherman, and then we open a Jinzo. It just completely forgot about that now. And even that was an Ultra. Okay. Oh! Okay, super rare Dust Tornado. I mean, it's such a staple. You guys, if you guys play like Goat format, this is like in almost every deck. Probably every second deck. Target one spell or trap card your opponent controls, destroy that target. Then you can set a spell or trap card you control. So you can set a spell or trap card during your opponent's turn. Don't really know if many people will be using that, but it's there, and anyway, it's used for this first effect. So we've got a limiter removal, Parasite, and a Dust Tornado as 3 supers. We have a Legendary Fisherman as an Ultra, and we've hit a Jinzo as the secret rare. We got Steel Ogre Grotto, Souls of the Forgotten, Enchanted Javelin, Mystic Probe, Insect Barrier. Actually, insect types your opponent controls cannot declare an attack. This with DNA surgery is very scary. Darkfire Soldier number 1. Light of Intervention. I always really like this card actually. I remember running this in my first kind of thrown together the best cards I had kind of deck. And our second Life Force Sword. That's cool. I mean, that's again, I must say, Life Force Sword is still card hand control. Moving the Jinzo over here, so we have space for the rares, and we also shining a slightly different light on that beautiful secret rare Jinzo. Man, that is just cool. Amazing. Still gonna carry on with putting 4 on the front. We got Shadow of Eyes, Burning Lands, Gamble, Science Soldier, Wing Weaver, Mr. Volcano, Island Turtle, Numinous Healer, and an Appropriate. This is our second Appropriate. So when your opponent draws a card outside their draw phase, then you get to draw 2 cards every time they do that. Okay, cool. Next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Regulation of Tribe. Flying Kamakiri number 2. Driving Snow. Reign of Mercy. Flame Champion. Again, if this was a 4-star, damn how good it would be. Second DNA Surgery. Cyber Falcon. Oni Tank T34. And a Vampire Baby. Nice. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroyed a monster by battle and sent it to the graveyard, you can special summon that monster on your field. You have to pump up the Vampire Baby quite significantly. But, you know, you could take your Pumpkin, you could take your Castle of Dark Illusions and throw in that Vampire Baby. Make a nice little sort of zombie slash fiend slash dark monster deck. There you go. That's in the making. Maybe one day I'll feature something like that on the channel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bombardment Beetle. Three-Headed Guido. Armored Glass. Bubonic Vermin is good. You kind of want to have 3 if you do run them in the deck. But we have 3 4-star Ladybug of Doom now with this one. It's cool. Solomon's Law Book. Still skip your own standby phase. Time Seal is what we're more interested in. Wing Weaver again. And a Monster Recovery. Neat. Target 1 monster you control that is owned by you. If that monster is still on the field, shuffle it and your entire hand into the deck. Also, after that, draw cards equal to the number of cards you shuffled from your hand into your deck by this effect. You cannot activate this card if you have a card in your hand that is owned by your opponent. Scoop up a monster, shuffle your hand back into your deck, draw that many cards. It's basically a reload, but you have to scoop something up from the monster zone. Moving swiftly on, Spikebot. Again, why this couldn't be a 4-star. Bite, choose 3rd attack and receive. We made it, guys. We got 3 attack and receives out of 1 box. That's what we want. Reign of Mercy, Insect Barrier, Twin-Headed Fire Dragon. Twin-Headed Fire Dragon is not a bad tribute monster actually. Mr. Volcano, 7 completed the 3rd one, so we've completed the 7. And a Magic Drain. Nice. Magic Drain is also quite a good card. When your opponent activates a spell card, they can discard 1 spell to negate this card effect. Otherwise, you negate the activation of the spell card and destroy it. It doesn't require you to have anything extra, and you could lock your opponent's hand with like Light Force Swords, and then they have nothing to spend on the Magic Drain, in which case you just got a straight up spell card counter in the form of Magic Drain. Artwork is bloody scary too, like literally draining the magic out of that character there on the front. Okay, let's see what we got here. Skull Mariner. It's actually a decent enough 1600 attacker. I probably have mentioned this. Type 0 Magic Crusher. Gravity Bind. How the hell this ended up being the 3rd card, I have no clue. Oh, okay. So a Gravity Bind, a Chain Destruction as an ultra rare. Fantastic. Let's look at this. When a monster with 2000 or less attack is summoned, target 1 of them. Destroy all. Target 1 of them. Destroy all cards with that name in its controller's hand and main deck. So it doesn't actually get rid of the card they play, but it gets rid of all the other copies of it. It's good, but because it doesn't counter what's being played, I mean, if it's a limited card that you can only have one of in the deck, like a Jinzo, then it doesn't do anything. Gradius, I can't pronounce this. Steel Ogre Gotsa number 2, Earthshaker, DNA Surgery. Okay, we got 5 boosters left to go through. This is a thrill ride, guys. I can't tell you how great it feels to be just cracking these boxes. Another Solemn Wishes. Still love the art on it. I think the art is still super cool. Gamble, Dark Bat, Gradius, Solomon's Law Book, Overdrive, Sky Scout, Time Seal, and our third appropriate. Weird that we have 3 appropriates. It is what it is. Next booster. Next booster, ladies and gents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. The All-Seeing White Tiger. Infinite Dismissal. 3-Headed Guido. Ground Collapse, our second one. Nice. The Eye of Truth. Thousand Eyes Idol. Mystic Probe. Light of Intervention. And our... what is this? Our third? Yes, this is our third Light Force Sword. 1, 2, 3. Alright, not too bad. I mean, yeah, it's okay. See, the reason why I'm like Life Force Sword is okay is because you know, it banishes the card. Yeah, it does come back in the 4th standby phase after this card's activation. So whether it's removed or not, that card will stay out of the game for 4 turns. Okay. Inspection, World Suppression, Major Riot, Drill Bug, Girochin Kuwagata, Numinous Healer, Metal Detector, Gust, and our second Hayabusa Knight. Okay, cool, guys, we're down to the penultimate booster. But, God, dude, that Jinzo looks so neat. Can't tell you how amazing that Jinzo looks. That is just, oh, massive stamp of Baseon approval. Solemn Wishes, Dark Bat, Infinite Dismissal, Deep Sea Warrior, Darkfire Soldier, Gift of the Mystical Elf, Mr. Volcano, a Morphing Jar number 2, and there's a card behind it. It took me ages to figure out that the jar is there, and then you're looking at it from kind of like an angle above, and there's this the morphing thing, the ghost is inside it. I mean, Morphing Jar is not my favorite. My favorite one is Cyber Jar. I think many people's favorite is Cyber Jar, but Morphing Jar number 2 is still great. But we got magic. No, we got magical hats. I still don't know why you select 3 cards when in the anime and on the card as well you have 4 hats, but it only gives you 3 hats on the card. That always pisses me off. But let's celebrate the fact that our penultimate booster still had a super rare in it, which is really cool. It's really cool. We got 2. I mean, we've got this is our 4th super rare. We got 2 ultra rares, and we got a secret rare as well. I mean, what else can you wish for? This is a banger. Honestly, I tell you guys, these booster boxes are just the bomb. And I also realized that Pharaoh Servant has upped the card count in it. This 9 cards in every pack. No, it feels like there's more. Or maybe just the cards are better. The last one I've opened was Metal Raiders, and I tell you guys, it's kind of shocking, really. But you know, when you pull a great card out of Metal Raider, you feel like you're absolutely winning. Kind of feels the same for Pharaoh Servant, but at least we've got like a nicer spread. Okay, Regulation of Tribe. All-Seeing White Tiger, Major Riot, this is our last booster, 3rd Ground Collapse, another Sword Hunter, I'm going to put this on the side, Respect Play, Oni Tank D34, Solomon's Law Book, and we have our third, yes, our 3rd Gravity Bind. So we're netting 3 Gravity Binds, 3 Life Force Swords, and 3 Appropriates. Hit 3 playsets of rares out of 1 booster box. But, oh gosh. Let's cast one last eye on this Jinzo. God. Amazing. This is so cool. Guys, if you haven't described yet, haven't subscribed, why haven't you subscribed? I know you want to. Press that subscribe button, press that like button. Let's look at this Jinzo all together. And I'll see you next time. Bustin signing out. Peace.